Imagine two people staring at the same paycheck. One sees safety, the other sees a leash. Same number, same bank, completely different meaning. That difference is the whole story of who ends up rich and who stays stuck. And today we're breaking down exactly why. There's a poor person inside every single one of us. There's also a middle-class person. And there's a rich person. All three live in your head at once. The question isn't which one exists. It's which one you feed. The poor mindset says money is scarce, so protect what little you have. The middle-class mindset says money is safety, so chase the steady paycheck at all costs. The rich mindset says money is a tool, so learn to use it instead of fearing it. Same brain. Three completely different operating systems. Maria used to run the middle-class program on autopilot. Steady job, steady paycheck, steady fear of losing both. Then a friend handed her a book called Your Wish is Your Command, and one line in it cracked something open. It wasn't about luck. It was about deciding, on purpose, which version of yourself gets to run your life. Here's the part school never taught you. You're trained to go to school, get a job, collect a paycheck. Nobody trains you to get rich. Those are two completely different curriculums, and only one of them is mandatory. The paycheck feels safe. It's actually a trap disguised as comfort. The moment you depend on one, you've handed someone else control of your calendar, your risk tolerance, and your ceiling. An entrepreneur without a paycheck isn't unstable. They're just untethered. If the business fails, they build another one. If a government turns hostile, they move. Nobody's holding the leash. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Debt and taxes make the rich richer. Debt and taxes make everyone else poorer. That's not a conspiracy. That's math. A doctor making $1 million can lose over half of it to taxes because they earned it by working for money. Someone using real estate and business ownership to earn that same million can structure it so almost none of it disappears. Same number on the check. Completely different outcome because the rules change depending on which mindset wrote the play. And saving? Saving used to be the safe move. Now the math has flipped. When money gets printed by the trillions, cash quietly loses value while you sleep. The saver did everything right and still got outrun. Meanwhile, the person who borrowed at low rates to buy appreciating assets watched their debt shrink in real terms while their assets climbed. Savers didn't lose because they were careless. They lost because they were following instructions that expired years ago. This is why the internal economy matters more than the external one. Two people can live through the exact same recession. One sees collapse. The other sees inventory on sale. Same headlines. Same interest rates. Completely different results. Because their internal economy decided the meaning before the external one even opened its mouth. Maria's turning point wasn't a windfall. It was one decision to stop performing safety and start practicing ownership. She didn't quit her job overnight. She just stopped treating the paycheck like oxygen. She read that book on repeat until the fear quieted down enough to let her take the first real risk of her life. Mistakes still happened. They always do. The difference is what they mean afterward. A weak internal mindset treats a stumble as proof you should have stayed small. A strong one treats it as data, then stands back up smarter than before. People who are terrified of losing their job usually lose it. People who assume they can rebuild from nothing usually do, eventually, rebuild something bigger. None of this is really about money. It's about which version of you is holding the wheel when the paycheck stops, when the market drops, when the safe thing turns out not to be safe at all. So ask yourself honestly, when your income disappeared tomorrow, which voice would take over? The one that panics and calls it a disaster? Or the one that's been waiting years for exactly this kind of opening? The book that started Maria's shift is linked below if you want the same push she got. And if you're ready to stop running someone else's program in your own head, hit subscribe. We're not selling comfort here. We're selling control.